So I've elected to put the h28 on train me regrettably. And the reason why I'm doing this is because no one's really buying the Raven, and I don't want to give the Raven away because it's a good boat. So I thought, well, before I sail this up to Maharangi, which was my plan, it's going to hopefully do that today, but the world didn't conspire to make that happen. So I'm going to, so I'm going to put this on Trade Me, and if someone buys it in the next week, then so be it, and if not, then I'll maybe stick with it and sell the Raven, or drop the price of it. I don't know, but anyway, I need to get on with it. So I know that people are going to ask me about the engine, so I thought rather than try and answer a million questions from people who aren't going to buy it on Trade Me, that are just interested in having those anyway, I thought I'll cut right to it and make a video of me starting it and show you what I've done, and that way you can see for yourself, and especially considering there'll be people that are maybe interested in this boat that it's tricky to get to because living away or not living there or whatever. So here we go. So it's a Nanni 21 horse, I believe, and according to the hour meter there, it's the 1407, and I'm going to start it for you in a minute, and I'm going to run it, but before I do, I'd like to show you the problem and what I've done about it. So the problem is here. There's a hose. Is that going to focus? It's not good if it doesn't focus. There's a hose that comes in here and a metal thing, and it was corroded around there. This is the heat exchanger. Now it's corroded around there. So I know it's not professional. I put some steel epoxy putty around and I've fiberglassed over it. And I did that because I was having difficulty getting the heat exchanger off. Here at Stanley Point it's quite rough, and I thought, well, I'll take it over to the floating dock, which I've done on the weekend, and anti-fouled it, and there's still water in there, which is great, and I've anti-fouled it, but I didn't really, I only was out for the weekend, so I didn't really have time to get the heat exchanger off. And what really needs to happen is this needs to come off, and that needs to be, fiberglass needs to be chipped away and needs to be properly bonded. But it does run, and I motored it the other day, and it seemed to be all right. So, but it is still leaking, so I'm going to show you it running, show you it leaking, and then you can get an idea, and then the person who buys it can make an educated decision about it themselves, about where they go from there. Also, the other thing worth mentioning is I sailed it. I sailed it across the harbour to here, just the front sail, and it went fine actually. It was quite a fun sail and quite strong wind. So here we go. We're going to put the key in. Have I got the battery on? I think I got the batteries on as they should. If I don't, we'll soon see. Gotta get the right key in here. I always seem to get the wrong key. That's funny. Right. Up the right way, Jason. Right, there we go. So I'm going to put the things. It is going to be louder when this comes on, but you'll see it running. So that's cold starting. There's the temperature gauge. Red counter's not working right now, but it does. Maybe it'll come back to life. There's the bolts. So obviously it starts all right, which is great. Here we go down, we'll go look. So actually, as you can see, it starts great. It's starting easier than when I first started mucking around with the thing 3 weeks ago, just because it's been running a bit. And let's see, under here, can you see the water coming out? I can hear the water coming out. Geez, I better make sure I open that sea cock. Yeah, I hadn't had that open. So you can see the water coming out there a lot more now. You can see it leaking around there. And there's also a leak at the back there. You can see it dripping. Let's go back. A lesson for rookies, don't bloody run the engine without turning the seacock on, but it was only for a moment. And I think you'll find, yeah, so we're pumping good water now. So as you can see, it is working. It's just leaking. So you wouldn't, like I personally wouldn't motor very far until that's fixed. You watch the temperature gauge. I motored from a bit of West Haven over here, and it seemed to be alright. I motored for probably 20 minutes and it didn't warm up. So, I mean, maybe, yeah, I don't know, like, really like to fix that properly, to have got that off but it's just the way that's ended up, and with having two boats, it's just how it is. So anyway, I'm just going to give you a quick walk around so it's all in the same video. You can look at other videos. You can look at another video of when I bought the thing a month ago. You can also look at a video on my channel of when I had it on the heart last week. Take a bunch of photos in a minute. So here we are at Stanley Point. This mooring is not my mooring, and the boat can't stay on this mooring. It's got to be moved as soon as possible. The guy I bought the boat off, I'm on borrowed time on this mooring anyway, and I don't want to muck him around anymore, so I'm really only going to sell it to someone that can say to me, yes, I can move it off there very, very soon, and I've got a mooring. Otherwise it's, you know, I don't want to cause more hassle to the guy. I'll just show you a few of the instruments. So that's for the autopilot, and that's a wind indicator. According to that, it's bugger all. Oh yeah, it's working though, because that's telling us it's about 4 knots from there, which is about what it is. Someone's sailing in a boat, that's nice. The dinghy doesn't come with it. People will have to get their own dinghy to even get out here, unless I come down and meet them, but we'll see. So I might as well give you a quick look inside. You can see that it's been running for a wee while. And we'll have a quick look at the I'll have a quick look at that leaking again. That's nice, isn't it? They're sailing right in there. Yahoo magoo. Right, let's go down. So there's the leaking again. You can see it dripping down from there. You can see it dripping. Obviously that's quite bad. And obviously that needs to be repaired properly. But it can be motored a little bit now. Give you a quick cruise around the boat. So it's 12:37, Thursday the 27th. This listing will be on this afternoon, so you know that it is today. This is what the boat is like today. There's the double berth in the front. There's a toilet with a holding tank. Electrics. I've slept in here and had a few of the lights on. The autopilot, the e-perp doesn't stay with it. This stuff does. A few of these things do. A few of them I'll be taking. One thing we'll do more, that cooker I'll be taking. I think one more thing I'll do, just to, because I know this is going to be a thing for people out of town, I'll just put in gear for you. There's in gear. You can see the thrust on. The rev's going up, we better take it out of gear. You don't want to put it in gear for too long in the mooring. Those people are stalled in the wind. And then reverse. You can feel the thrust there. It does feel thrusty. Like, yeah, the engine feels like it really revs out and feels great. You know, you can feel the power come on real nice. Like I said, you know, I mean, it's only a question of how long that fiberglass thing stays on. There was a bolt that goes through the centre, but the thread was stripped. So if it was re-threaded and when that brass thing comes off, it needs to be built up around there. And I looked online, it seems to be quite a common problem with nannies. I mean, to replace the thing itself is expensive. What I would definitely do is take it off. Oh, the banging from the dinghy. Very neutral though. It's just readjusting to the where we were because of the thrust I put on. It's coming back to where it should be on the mooring. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, like if I had got the thing off, got it home and fixed it up with a welder and like built up and got that fitting better, I think that would have been the thing, because the new heat exchanger is a thing. But you can see the temperature's still, it's been running for 10 minutes now. So you can see, I mean, hey, for harbour sailing it might be just fine. Anyway, that's the H28. Sadly it's going to be up for sale. Bloody shame for me, but you know, I've still got the Raven 26, which I really like as well, so if this is easy to sell, then so be it. And either or. Anyway, hope you have a good day. This isn't the happiest video, but there you go. Bye bye.